Welcome to another one of my videos. Here I am in Canterbury, Kent, England, and I'm outside England's oldest church. This is St. Martin's. Join me as I explore this beautiful church. St. Martin's Church is thought to have been here since at least the late 500s. This is the oldest church in continuous use anywhere in England. This is older than England. This is a significant place. And before you start saying old buildings, England's full of them, understand this. This tiny church isn't just old, it's the spark from which English Christianity grew. And that spark lit a fire that shaped the culture, laws, and identity of a nation and helped define Europe itself. Now look closely, those thin red bricks are Roman. They're over 1500 years old. Salvaged from a Roman building that stood here long before the English language even existed. We can thank the Romans, for they brought the first wave of Christianity to Britain in the 4th century, but then sadly it all but vanished when they withdrew in 410 AD. But here those bricks stayed, and that matters. This is not just stone and mortar, this is Europe's cultural endurance made visible. In about 580 AD, long before England even existed, or was officially Christian, a Frankish princess named Queen Bertha of Kent arrived here from what we now know as France. She was a Christian, although her husband, King Ethelbert, was a pagan. She was allowed to keep her faith in this very building, her private chapel. She walked here daily from her palace. In an age where faith could cost you your life, without her, Augustine's mission might never have succeeded. Step inside and it feels remarkably cool inside. Still, the same stillness Queen Bertha knew, the same stillness Augustine would have known when he arrived in 597 AD, sent by then the Pope Gregory the Great to convert the Anglo-Saxons. Augustine didn't start fresh, he made St. Martin's his base, the launch pad of England's conversion to Christianity, and from here the faith spread across the land. Now think about the weight of that. This isn't just an old church, it's ground zero for over 1,000 years of cultural continuity. The rituals, the architecture, the music, the laws, the arts, the festivals, the entire Christian, European, worldwide view in England traces back to this very spot. These bricks were set by Roman hands, prayed before by Saxon kings, medieval peasants, Tudor merchants, and Victorian choristers. In an age before electricity, before printing presses, before England itself was a unified kingdom, people stood here speaking Latin prayers. That is the unbroken chain you feel in this room. The channel arch inside this beautiful church has very early medieval masonry, possibly Norman, but above you some of the roof timbers are centuries old, blackened with age. Looking up at them gives you the same view that the medieval patrons of this church would have seen during the mass they used to attend. Despite being a pagan, King Ethelbert was convinced by his wife to be baptized here in 597. He clearly wasn't English. England didn't exist. He was a Jutish king, ruling the Kingdom of Kent, one of many small realms scattered around these beautiful islands. The word English wouldn't even come into common use for another 300 years. His conversion was more than a spiritual choice, it was a geopolitical move, tying the kingdom to the Christian powers of Europe, to the Frankish court his queen came from, and to the authority of Rome itself. St. Martin's was the meeting point of these three worlds, the Roman Christian past, the pagan Germanic present, and the Christian European future. Out here, the gravestones lean and twist, names weathered into near oblivion, but they rest beside one of the most important churches in the entire country. This churchyard has seen Viking raids, Norman conquest, Reformation, Civil War, Industrial Revolution, and 2 world wars, and it still stands. That's cultural resilience. A quick word from today's sponsor. If you like travel like I do, staying connected is essential, but hunting down SIM cards in foreign cities is a real headache. That's where Saily comes in, a smart, affordable eSIM that you can download instantly before you can even leave the airport. No queues, no fuss. Use my code WONDERING at checkout to get 15% off. Whether you're heading to Berlin, Bangkok, or the back roads of Britain, this eSIM will work for you. From back here you see centuries stacked like pages in a book. Roman, Saxon, Norman, medieval repairs, Every layer is a reminder that what we have wasn't given to us freely. It was built, defended, and passed down. Too many of the present generation are willing to give that all away because they forget what those of the past went through to get us here. St. Martin's really matters, I think, because it reminds us of who we are. It's proof that Europe's culture isn't an abstract idea. It's bricks, it's the language, it's the faith, it's the art, it's the law, it's the music. If we lose places like this, and we lose the will to protect them, you don't just lose history, you lose yourself as a people. In 597 AD, a handful of people have changed the course of English and European civilization. Today, in a world that tells us heritage doesn't matter, St. Martin's quietly reminds those idiots and says otherwise. We can't let places like this be sidelined, neglected, or forgotten, and we certainly can't hand our cultural heritage away to those who neither understand nor respect it, because once it's gone, it won't come back. Thank you for watching my video on the remarkable St. Martin's Church, a true cornerstone of English history. There's more to come in the months ahead. Sometimes it will be wholesome travel from hidden corners of our remarkable world, sometimes historical deep dives, and occasionally, yes, I'll be pulling no punches with political commentary. It's the support from my channel members and those generous enough to buy me a coffee that allows me to keep creating content like this. So truly, I thank you. Thanks again. Until next time, keep wondering.